Yo. Alright. Haven't streamed in it quite a little bit. But I'm sort of wondering if this is already along, but also we just had news come out, but this one is always pretty lackluster. But anyways, last time we had a long like this that I've been looking for today is we had NASDAQ coming down. We didn't actually end up sweeping any more liquidity than the Dow did down here. But anyways, we came below lunch. We did have a divergence here, which did lead to a nice move up, tagging above the lunch high. But then it rotated back down. We got another SMT there. Same exact SMT that is already happening right now today, so that's why I'm debating it. So yeah, it might be good enough there. But the thing was, oh, also we came above PM high. It wasn't just that high. But that happened, oh yeah, that happened here. Oh, and yeah, it was with all of it, so, okay. Alright. Well, yeah, if it takes out London, also, the Dow's also moving up on it, so it makes me think that really could be it. Yeah, damn it, I think that was it then. Missed it then. I was literally watching it right into this move down here, and I was like, okay, it's definitely tapping the order block. Candle bodies even closed it there. Yeah, that might be it. Happened 30 minutes ago, roughly. 45 minutes ago. But anyways, yeah, if we can cut back down, I doubt it. I think it's just gonna go now. But if the Dow comes up here too, takes out the highs, and it's still around here, I think it would still be worth entering if I can get one. I just was hoping it would come lower though, because of the this order block here. ES just hit the London high. Yeah, I think I am just gonna put an order in here for the order block. Let's see. This is basically a fair value gobble long entry, but I'm gonna play it safe. No, it kind of is just a fair value gobble long, clearly. We can risk a lot here.
Order submitted.
Order working.
Alright, that's 12 points. 12 times 24. 24 bucks. 24 bucks times. Times 5 is 125.
Order cancelled. Order
Cancelled.
Order submitted.
Order working. filled. Order working.
There we go. Alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna play this, got some out of my Bitcoin because my margin was not allowing me to trade. But there's a little fair value gobble there right into the new week opening gap. So I'm thinking we could still get that. And, yeah. Just want to look down here, see what happened down here when we got this same setup. Well, ES and NASDAQ both took out liquidity. It's more similar to this one, honestly. It's almost exactly the same. They even had an SMT at the New York Open there. Look at the New York Open. We ended up coming low. Oh, but then we sort of manipulated it too. Let's see here. So we had the open, instantly manipulate lower, but then we came down and basically took out the open. So there is a change in character divergence, SMT. Interesting, my friend. So this is a perfect alignment for bullish trade. Alright. Perfect. Well, I'm gonna mute myself. Accounts. Hopefully it gets in. Hopefully this works. Hopefully, yeah. We have this as the news low too, so yeah, that could be the level. Manipulate that. We got relative equal lows. Basically setting up for the order block, maybe. Hopefully that's it. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna mute this mic. So I'm gonna do stuff.
cancelled. Order rejected. Order rejected. Order working.
totally forgot I was streaming. Whoops. Well, yeah, I'm still hoping for this manipulation. We just took out the high on YM, but I would also expect ES to get up there. And YM taking out this high doesn't actually change anything for me. So yeah, and I mean, look at that. Everyone's kind of manufacturing some more liquidity at the highs there. So it's looking pretty good. And the way that look at this, like the way NASDAQ has just made smooth lows, you know. It just, oh man, it just like, oh man, NASDAQ's a short because it's weak until it's not. So yeah, hopefully we get that. We're into the 9 o'clock hour here. We've got news at 10 a.m. I've noticed that sometimes the setup actually occurs, you know, into the hours, the hourly time frames instead of like right at the open or right at, you know, right at the news, 8:30 level news. But you know, it's kind of weird. We got PMI and Jolts at 10, but we also had the ADP one here. So yeah, for it to occur kind of outside the regular kill zone, like 15-minute little area that I usually look for, makes sense for this because, yeah, we have the, I mean, look at these relative equal highs here on ES. Probably gonna, you know, re-accumulate that below those old highs. Yeah, for this to happen about right now is, to me, that's actually great. And then at the open, I'd want it to like already kind of be getting out of there, like, you know, putting in the bottom already in. But here we go. Hopefully this is it, man. Hopefully. But yeah, we have a fair value gobble. Technically, you know, we got relative equal lows basically there, aka smooth lows, and then we've got the internal range order block underneath the inefficiencies on both sides, aka BPR, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, hopefully it holds that order block. My Bitcoin trade is playing out. Bitcoin, as I like to call it. My Bitcoin trade. So I would have liked to have a little bit bigger size on it, but should have left more money in my account before I withdrew it. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good. It's just gonna probably take a few weeks. So I'm just gonna have to manage the freaking margin issue. I mean, normally we're good. Normally I never need more than freaking 7 NASDAQ micros. So it should be good, but I may take just one more off, you know, if it happens soon. If not, I'm just gonna manage because it's like I don't want to ruin the EV by getting out early when it could give me a 7R potentiality. 8, actually 7-8R, you know. Yeah, roughly, no, yeah, 8R, yeah. That's gonna be good. Alright, so far we're bouncing here. To me, that's just more another smooth low, though, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's just manufacturing more liquidity here. We've got the true day open. Look at that London manipulation below it. Boom, boom, boom. Accumulates, creates relative equal lows there, too. Session equal lows. Let's just have that marked out. This is kind of odd though. Usually Oh, never mind, sorry. I had it backwards. But anyways, yeah, there's the relative equal lows on ES. YM, we've already got a move up. On the hour, we've displaced. Oh, actually, we haven't. Well, we've displaced. We've created fair value up there. And that's it. But yeah, I mean, it held this 4 hour, you know, perfectly. If you zoom in on the 1 hour. Oh, never mind. I have it on it. It's a different chart I'm thinking of. But yeah, I mean, 30-minute. All we did was take the high, so it's just like not much else to note. Russell, though, we have created relative equal highs. I need to redo this high time frame. So yeah, Russell's got all-time high, relative equal highs here. A lot of junk on these charts, eh? Daily, big moves on the daily. It's likely we'd manufacture this high. Possibly pull back into an order block. You never know how deep it really would want. I mean, this might be it. Nice little support resistance liquidity being created. Yeah, nice little support resistance liquidity there. There's a nice little order block down there right at the end of the PM session. Beginning, I should say. The interesting thing here, by the way, that is very, very interesting to me for the bearish bias is the fact that we've created relative equal highs here on VIX. And we're up, you know, we came all the way down here. Oops. Came all the way down here. You know, we do have some smooth lows still. But I mean, we came down into the order block below relative equal lows. Boom, nail both areas into the, like maybe that order block, and this is like a propulsion block type thing. And then we get the move up, we create relative equal highs, we haven't even reached a premium, so it just seems like there is some sort of like bearishness, but then at the same time it's like we're up. You know, holy cow, we're up 15% and we're at highs. So, just a little weird. But anyways, relative equal highs on silver. We're almost down into a discount. I think it may be setting up for a nice long. Technically, we already did sort of invert soup. These old relative equal. Ooh, let's keep that on here too. This was a relative equal high area too. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Boom. So yeah, I mean, look at this level here. I think this gap up may be interesting. When we set the low, we did have gold come down, but then boom, silver manipulates it, and that's what gets us long. So maybe something similar here. I would expect, you know, silver's already coming down into discount on the range. Gold's discount is way down here. Doesn't mean it won't go down into it, but this is the low here we'd be looking at for silver. Silver has a kind of a fair value gobble looking thing. So yeah, I would think this order block here. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And this gap is very interesting too. Thought it was also interesting that when we made this top here for the moment, we had copper breaking out, taking out all-time highs. I think they're all-time highs, at least they're higher time frame highs anyways. But then these guys came higher, marking maybe a possible top there in copper, which I should freaking look at, dude. I should freaking look at it. Yeah, look at that all-time high sweep. I think it's all-time high, dude. Yep. All-time high sweep. If you look at it diagonally, maybe you'd be like, okay, well, technically, yeah. So, doesn't mean it's not gonna go. Doesn't mean it's not gonna go higher. But I mean, look at that. It's swept out this very clean weekly after manufacturing it. Came above it. We got the manipulation there on the highs. So, yeah, I should be looking for a short down into a discount. That's what I should be doing, dude. If we get up there again and sweep it again, maybe. Yeah, that could be something. Lots of smooth highs though, so yeah. Alright, we're almost getting to the open here. Let's see what's happening. So we got that move down. Looks like the Dow is starting to come down. Let's get this small time frame shenanigans on here. Boom, boom. We want to see what's happening in here, man. Alright. So 9:15. Why is this all weird? Okay, whatever, dude. Yeah, we come down here after we've set the low, but there's just no time alignment here. Yeah, this is the only levels that I would like. So weird, dude, weird. What the heck is this? This is just 9. Yeah, maybe we can look at investing. Maybe there was a news today. No, that was it. Maybe some sort of internal range stuff happening here. Maybe why, yeah. Maybe we're gonna sweep this. I don't know. I don't know, friend. Look at all these smooth lows, though. I think we just ought to be patient. Boy, am I crashing right now, though. Holy cow. Right, Bitcoin's still kind of looking like it wants to break down. We've got, I don't know, just on the higher time frame, I don't know how this is going to set up for shorts. I would think we'd want a manipulation with NASDAQ above highs. But it's just like, you know, everything is up. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Russell. I didn't even think about that. Maybe Russell Dow manipulation. But we have very smooth highs. I would expect for a high to be put in, we'd want a very jagged look to it. So yeah, these guys on the intraday definitely look bullish. But yeah, I mean, from a change in character perspective, you know, we have like manipulated all of this crap. You know, like in this move down. But that's the thing, you know, Russell did it too. So, but yeah, anyways, yeah, it just seems like there's ought to be something with Russell. So yeah, I'm bullish for now. Maybe there's just a slow reaction manipulation with crypto where we're going to come down, sweep out all the liquidity, create a divergence, classic divergence for the long, and this market will kind of stall out, and then everything is just going to like rip, you know, for the next crypto crap. I don't know. Yeah, things are looking kind of goofy lately. Missed this short entry on currencies. I just gotta open a currency account because that's the freaking problem. I don't want to swing trade. You know, what are the margins on freaking currencies? Just are the same. So I'm just gonna run into margin issues holding all these swing trades. I'm not gonna be able to day trade my live account with size. So I just need more. I think I made a mistake withdrawing all that money. No, I mean it wasn't a mistake. But now I just see the value in, you know, actually having a lot more capital in here. Even if I don't use it as risk. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use it as risk. I'm going to use it as freaking margin buffer. And if I draw down past what I originally had in the account, I'm not going to let the extra money I put in be part of that. So, well, it looks like we're getting the leg down here right prior to the open. A little sketchy happening be right before the open, you know. I'd want it to kind of like either occur right after or like right on top of the open. You know, usually when it sets up right before the open, just recently I've noticed that it's not good. It usually occurs right at the open. Like right into it on the 15-second chart or something crazy. Looks like we may get it though. It's looking weak. Wow, silver's dumping. Created relative highs though. This is just the one variable that's just like, I don't know. Alright, we have 5 minutes till the open. Well, taking it back now. Yeah, there is a pool of liquidity, below all these highs. This everyone sees this as support, so I would expect it to manipulate down into here, and that might be like the short, intermediate term bounce, and then takes a while to roll all the way down. We'll see. I just think that it's not gonna just puke without some sort of bearishness in just the markets in general, especially for crypto. They do move a lot, but I mean we're asking for pretty significant move. So cool. I kind of like that this is coming up here right before the open. I kind of like that. It's like, oh, all the traders are gonna be ready to buy. Like, oh crap, it looks bullish now if it pullbacks. So. I am tired though. Well, alright. For me, nothing's really changed here. YM is just continuing to move up. Maybe we don't need the change in character, but yeah, I mean, we don't need the change in character. That's just my trade idea. I don't want to chase this. It's weird that it's not coming down into the new week opening gap. So alright, open is in 30 seconds. Which, here we go. Well, that's like when this would want to freaking just puke. and rip all the way up. Let's see. What time is it? Oh yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't have to do it. It's just, that's just my idea. I'm trying to be conservative here, be smart, not chase this long. But I mean, it did tap the order block multiple times. So there we go. Now we're open. Now let's get a change in character. I would love to see that. We did kind of get a manipulation there, so that might be it. This is exactly what's happened multiple times before. ES still hasn't hit the draw. So yeah, this could be along here. If we take out the low, it's already doing it. Yeah, that was a continuation long there on YM. It's just, if it's gonna do it here, why is it not doing it down here? You know what I mean? So YM continuing to just rip every single open. And look at the support resistance liquidity here still on ES. I think it's all still supporting my idea. It's like, look for the soup, possibly back into the order block. And then we've got news a little later too. Damn, come on, man. I was hoping it would work. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the open that does it. Just gonna keep waiting for it. Oops. Alright, YM is really getting crushed. YM is down below the news. I mean, I wouldn't trust that. It just seems like it's probably going to take out the low again. Damn it, dude. YM is very weak. But to me, if it kind of holds this, it's still kind of in play. And same thing with ES. I think all we've done is clearly manipulate the low here. But I think it just wants this PM low. at the least. But I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna let this play out, and I'm gonna make a call.
Order
Order
canceled.
cancelled. Order cancelled.
Order submitted.
Order working. Order working. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
Well, it already took out the drawn liquidity, so yeah, I think I was just possibly wrong here. I think it will still probably go up. That's the thing. That is the thing. I feel like it could still play out, but I mean, it's just relative to everything there now. It's just not nearly as clean. I ain't gonna take that. But yeah, I'm trying to look at the way Russell has been moving with Nasdaq. I kind of forgot about that, but I'm just trying to see if there's any. Maybe it is Russell being the guy to make it very clear. Because look at this. There's the SMT there. Boom. We rip up. I don't know. But yeah, I missed it. Should have taken the order block. Would have been nice. I literally, oops. Here's what theoretically like I should have done. Now that I know I'm wrong, you know, hindsight. But theoretically, get long on the order block. And that's why I didn't do it. It was only 2.4R. Obviously, you could have held it for that, but it's like, that's not my trade. Just, I'm not going to gamble that it's going to go hit that. But yeah, no, you know, I could have got, I was watching it here, like I could have gotten it. I just thought it'd hit the new week opening gap. We never did. So, just a bummer. YM is still coming lower. I still think there still may be a trade here. But, and it, I don't know, you know, it could do it. Last time we came down, took out the AM low, and that was the thing. But we never did that here. So I think something's different here. There is something different happening here. But what is it? I don't know, dude. ES has now broken the all-time high. Russell has failed. It's still manufactured liquidity there. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very tricky here. Because now we're getting, you know, the move in NASDAQ. We've already swept out liquidity there, so it just seems like this is the old. Oh yeah, this is the old high. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, maybe it's just going to go for this next high. I don't know. We definitely have smooth highs on Qs. Yeah, I really don't know what to look for. It just seems like that's what this is what should have happened. Well, okay, maybe I can make an argument bet, but then it's like, how many times am I gonna short and lose until it works? So this is like the change in character. YM was weaker, Nasdaq actually held stronger. Boom, YM manipulates the highs. But the only thing that doesn't make sense here is, okay, then why the hell is ES doing it? Well, maybe here's just the big difference. It's just because it's based on this big high time frame. And then yeah, maybe we're waiting for the final move here. Maybe it's manipulation above the Dow. Maybe that's what it is. But still, you know, you'd still expect a pretty obvious jagged high though, which we do have on IWM, huh? But then yeah, why the hell is yes? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So, darn, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking there may be some sort of long on Nasdaq, but it's just not giving me any of the opportunities that I want to see. So I think I just have to be patient, dude. It's lame, but that's how it goes. Oh, there is going to be a big divergence there. I really want to zoom out and see what has been happening and working with Russell and the Dow. So down into this range, anything happen? Boom. Okay, no, this is the one we want to look at. Boom, nothing happens. Nope, nothing happens there. Okay, here we did get a massive divergence. We did end up holding, but then like internally, we did get a divergence with the order block. This low is not relevant. But yeah, if YM is going to take out that PM low, it's like, where the hell do you even get long that though? Goodness. Yeah. I ain't buying that. Yeah, I think I just gotta be patient. It's January, lots of manipulation, beginning of the year. I think that's why nothing makes sense to me. So I'm just gonna hold Bitcoin. I'm gonna end the stream.